Good morning, my dear listeners and friends and relatives. Once again, this is your Chris Neri from the Wild 3214, a station here in the Bay Area, California. Today is October 15, 2020 and 7:45 a.m. I hope everyone has a good night's sleep and everyone has enjoyed their night, their dinner. And let me tell you about what happened to myself last night. The other day, I have a flat tire with my e-bike, and I was having problem trying to replace my tube because it has a lot of puncture in my wheels. So I actually requested, with the help of my son, a 32-year-old son, he helped me fix last night my tires, replace it with a new tube, and I'm ready to go this morning. As my usual regular exercise, I usually ride on my bike. It's an e-bike, so I don't put a lot of efforts in trying to ride on it. Although it's a good exercise for me, I do something like 15 to 18 miles a day round trip. But again, as a side mention of what happened last night, I hope once again that all of you who are listening to this broadcast are all in good condition and have enjoyed a good night's sleep. Um, my friends, the topic that I'm gonna cover this morning is, I think, is very relevant and very important to all of us, particularly those folks there who have already been who have retired or semi-retired, and those people who have reached the age of 60 or over. Uh, I have a topic I think will be of utmost importance to everyone. And let me start with this topic that I think is really important, including for myself, that we need to know about from the average person point of view. I consider myself to an average individual. I am not a genius, but I think I have some brain uh, that still functions as of right now. Okay, so let's go ahead. It's all about life expectancy. Life expectancy is I think uh, utmost important for many of us, especially those who have reached over 60, and this is what we call the last quarter of our lives. Okay, so I've done some research and I hope I could cover everything in 10 minutes video that I'm planning to do on a daily basis. But let me start with this note. In 1920, if all of you have not known it, in 1920, the life expectancy actually has doubled from an average of 35 years old to right now at 79 years old. Now, to give you an idea on where human beings stand as compared to other animals here on Earth, I did my research and read a lot of materials. I found out that an ordinary mouse, what we call daga, actually can only live 1 year to 2 years. Strange, no? Um, a house mouse, those that probably lives on our attic and lives everywhere. If you see them now, chances are not you're not going to see them again next year. And if you see one next or 2 years from now, those could be their children or whatever. But mouse has a very short lifespan, averaging 1 to 2 years. Now, chicken, that's a very nice food to eat. You know, fried chicken, you got Jollibee, you got KFC, Kenny Rogers. Is that a franchise? But chicken, especially fried chicken or chicken pork adobo, they're very nice to eat. But if we don't eat chicken, we just leave it to live their own lives. Chicken has very short span of life. Chicken has 10 years of life. That's how chicken lives. Then followed by cows, baka, cows. Cows, they live for 20 years. And all they eat is grass. Okay, they don't eat anything except grass, so they're not carnivorous. But still, we can call them vegetarian. But their lifespan, without any human intervention, without killing them and converting them into roast beef or a nilaga or a bulalo, the cow's lifespan is 20 years. That's a lot of years to live if not killed by human beings. Then we have also another one. It's strange that the alligators can live up to 50 years. The orangutan can live also 50 years. And the human being average lifespan, and this is according to United Nations Health Organization, our lifespan is averaging between 73 to 79 years old. So here you go, my friends, listeners. If you are already 78, then you have actually passed the average lifespan of a human being. So technically, human being lives up to 75 years. Although there are people, on exceptions, they live beyond 80s and they live sometimes over 100. But I came across with an article, and what it says is that the most productive years end at the age of 75. So once you hit 75 years old, the assumption is you have basically completed your life cycle. That means to say you have loved and have been loved, and you have children and they are in the midst of their lives, and they have their own lives to take care, and you might have lucky enough to have a po, experience the love of an apo or a grandchild, as they call it here in the United States. Uh, Usually, a lot of people at the age of 75, they must have also completed all their projects. You know, they are in full retirement mode, and for some exceptions, there are people that still works beyond 75. But at an average, the ideal life actually ends somewhere at the age of 75. There's almost nothing to do. Now, if you're healthy enough, it's justifiable to keep on living. But once you become dependent to other people to survive, to cook for yourself, I think it's ideally you're better off just departing from this physical self that we have temporarily been permitted to live. But if you really think about it and seriously try to assess our life cycle, human being does not live that long. You know, if you can reach 100, well and good. But 75 or up to 79, And that is what is the recorded life expectancy of human beings. There are other animals that live a lot longer than us. You have the bowhead whale, which can live over 200 years. These are big animals like the shark, Greenland shark. Uh, they have Scientists have discovered that Greenland shark can live from 270 to 300 years. And you know what? The most significant, very long life expectancy, if you don't know, is the black coral. The black coral in our ocean can live up to 4,500 years. Not a lot of years. But even then, our lives here on Earth is not infinite. It is finite. It means to say it's limited. And if you compare to the thousands and thousands of years of existence of the entire universe, our life expectancy is not even a dot. It's nothing. So, what really determines the maximum life expectancy of us as human beings? How can you prolong your life as much as you could, live healthy, and live being independent from other person to take care of yourself? Now, a lot of research has been done about this, and they found out that among professionals, the musicians, the teachers, and the machinists, their average lifespan is only 30 to 40 years. The artists and painters and sculptors, they live up to an average lifespan of 68 years. Now, the doctors and the lawyers, they said from research, they found out that they can live at an average life expectancy of 72 years. But surprisingly enough, I just found out that accountants or all those people that works similar to what the accountants are doing, they normally live longer or longer by at least 8 years as compared to the doctors, the lawyers, and the painters. So here you go, my friend. If you want to live longer, be an accountant, be a CPA, and I think your life will be a lot longer than all the other professions. But don't take that so seriously. That is only based on statistics, but there's no definite answer on how long your life will be. And here is the most important thing that really bothers me. And I also have read that somehow your wealth is related to your long life. Uh, Research from a lot of scientists from Europe, here in the United States, have found out that there is a big correlations between wealth and health or life expectancy. They said that usually those people that are wealthy live longer than those people who are poor. Which can easily be understood because when you're poor, you don't have uh, good medical health, and you constantly worry about where you get your food, and there's not a lot of nutrition available for you, and you worry a lot more, and you have a lot more stress than those people who are wealthy and have a lot of money. Although it's not really true most of the time, but I think there is a big correlations between money worries and health conditions, and and it is very important that you work hard during your younger years so that you can have a longer and fruitful life. But once again, let me give you some pointers. People who actually devoted some of their time to uh, believing in God, praying to their divine creator, they normally also live longer. So, as what one of these famous evangelists is saying, Billy Graham said, uh, very famous words of his is that when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. However, when your character is lost, all is lost. And I think that's true. If you lose your character, it would be extremely difficult to regain your integrity and respect. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and my beloved listeners to this broadcast, let me end this broadcast by saying that your life expectancy depends really not only on your genes, but the way on how you adapt to your environment. So, take care, stay safe, and God bless. So, before I go, let me play you this song, which I think you have heard long time ago in the Philippines. At least you learn something, all right? I myself have learned something that the mouse lives only a year or two, so we don't worry a lot about mouses. And most important thing is you try to build your wealth as much as you could, because once you hit 75, that's the end of the line. Most likely, you will never get past of what your financial net worth is once you hit that age. Okay? Good luck to everyone, and here you go. Manila, I keep coming back to Manila. Simply no place like Manila. Manila, I'm coming home. Remember this song? Demonstration at the University Belt. Martial law years. Rico J. Pono. This the late Rico J. Puno. This is one of his songs. Okay guys, until tomorrow, stay tuned. This is Chris Neri once again from Wild 3214 station here in the Bay Area, California. Bye now.